What's up, everybody? It's your host, Jaden for Illini Daily, and today's formula is straight heat, man. We have some updates for you, some exciting news, some more like some hot takes, possibly, but it's whatever. It's my show, so I don't really care. And we're going to be talking about what Illinois needs to do to beat UCLA because we need to dominate them as much as we did to USC. So let's get straight to it, man. First off, new news. Jordan Thompson is now the new defensive line coach and running game coordinator, which is really great to hear because Jordan Thomas has already been established as a great defensive coach, defensive line coach more specifically. Um, he's been at Boston College, the Cleveland Browns, and San Diego State, which is a bunch of great schools and NFL team where they had great defenses and especially great defensive lines. To give you guys more context, Jordan Thomas is one of the coaches that helped Myles Garrett win Defensive Player of the Year in 2023. This is great news to hear because we all know how much of a dominating force Myles Garrett is, and the fact that he was helped develop through Jordan Thomas is even better news because Jordan Thomas, I've heard and seen through just some clips, he emphasizes on using your hands, pass rushing the QB, and also helping defensive linemen learn how to use moves to get TFLs. And just to emphasize this, at Boston College, he helped the defensive line group generate 23 tackles for loss and 10 sacks. That's great news. You always want to be in the double-digit range when it comes to sacks. Hopefully, he can get us some more through our defensive line, especially that we have a new defensive line coming up with all these recruits and transfers. But I feel like they can all fit into that Myles Garrett type of build. Bigger guys who can use their athleticism to get to the QB. And we already have some established pass rushers. And this is just great news to hear because we all know what's heading for 2026 because the Big Ten is now on notice and a lot of things is happening for the Big Ten Conference. And another point I wanted to talk about is Coach Bielema is doing a great job with this new staff. He's hiring established coaches, which is really good news to hear because you want established coaches to already fit in those questions that everybody's asking. How is our defense is going to look? What is the formation plan? What is the scheme you want to run? What's the ideals that you want for our defense? And it's already being answered back to back to back from all our new coaches. Coach Bobby Hawk has done a great job. He wants our defense to be exciting as offense, which is good news to hear because I feel like everybody's gotten away from the fact that defense is a big part of the game of football, and it wants to be established that shutouts are just as good as shootouts. So the fact that he wants to emphasize that and he wants to be in Coach Bielema's scheme of multiple formations is just great news to hear. And he's a great developer when it comes to defenses, and that's where we get into Jordan Thomas. He's going to be a great developer as well because being the run game coordinator as well as the defensive line coach is good news because everybody wants to know what's going on with the strategy of the game. And being a run game coordinator, he does a great job with not only helping the defense, but he helps the offense of what to do in certain scenarios of rushing. This is good news as well because this is how you teach players to read certain defenses and certain players to read certain offenses. As a former linebacker, you always want to know what your D line's doing, and you always want to know what your linebacker's doing as a D line. Because if you don't fit in a certain run gap, you want to hope that somebody's going to be there to be ready to go. And this is the same way that goes for offense. You want to know what the O line wants to know what the running back's going to hit, and the running back wants to know what the O line wants them to hit. So, for example, let's just say an inside zone. Let's go say straight the A gap. So the left. Let's do left A gap. So the left side of the center, and we want that to be the hole. So the defensive side, Coach Jordan Thomas is going to teach. You want to fit into that gap as either the linebacker or the nose guard. You want to fit in that gap because that's where we think the run is heading. And as an offensive line and as a running back, you want to be like, I hope this is open enough so I can hit this hole and possibly maybe hit a home run and get a touchdown. So Coach Thomas is going to be working on that. I bet he's going to be working really well with Coach Wheatley, our new running back coach, who's already been established as a great running back developer, and like guys like CJ Spiller, who has already been established as a great running back in their own right. So this is going to be good because we use multiple running backs, and this just helps us immensely. Um, Another great thing that's great about this offseason of hirings, uh, other than those guys, we got Ronnie Bradford, who's a DB coach. We already lost our DB coordinator. So the fact that we're getting an established defensive back coach who's known for helping out immense amount of DBs in the NFL is now coming to our staff, which we're heading towards possibly having multiple formations. And as defensive backs, we're gonna be using them more as a more versatile position, like safeties, nickels, and corners. We're gonna be moving them around throughout the field with our multiple formation style that Coach Bielema likes to coach. And this is also great news because we want everybody to be able to tackle, we want everybody to be able to cover, and we want everybody to be ready for whatever they need to do within the scheme of the defense for that certain team. And this just puts me into my next point. I'm really, really excited for 2026. I wish the football season could come right now. I know we're having a great basketball season, and I'm feeling the energy right now. But as of right now, Illini is making themselves look more and more desirable. It's making themselves look like a great destination because we're in the Big Ten Conference. You guys know what I've been saying for the past couple of videos. The Big Ten Conference right now is the hottest place to be with teams like Indiana, Ohio State and Michigan being the last three winners of the Natty, is establishing itself as, hey, I want to be part of the Big Ten. I want to make my own, basically my name into this conference and establish myself as a great player, which is a great look for the NFL. And I know a lot of these transfers and these freshman recruits want to get there. So Illinois is looking like a great destination right now, especially with having all these established coaches who want to develop these players into being basically into NFL players. And now we have a bunch of uh, former players heading into the NFL right now, like Luke Altmaier and Gabe Jacques. It's looking like a beautiful place to be. And this is probably the reasons why we have guys like Keaton Hauser, who is an established, really, really good player, but wants to get into the Big Ten because he wants more competition and more opportunities just because of that reason. And we're doing a great job of that as of right now with all these established coaches and all these new transfers who want to make a name for themselves. It's just making Illinois look like the place to be. And with all these freshman recruits changing their minds and wanting to be part of the Illinois family, is just making it look like the place to be. And Coach Bielema is doing a great job. And I'm just really, really excited for the 2026 season. I hope it comes right now, just thinking about it. But it's okay. We have time. We still have spring ball. We still have basketball. So we have great news just hitting all around us. But right now, since we're talking about basketball, I need to talk about it. Right now, the Fighting Illini need to dominate UCLA. I know there's a lot of questions because UCLA hasn't been doing so hot. You can definitely see that because they had a really big loss to Michigan State and the coach having some sort of issues with the media. I don't know what that's all about. I can't really put my 2 cents into it because I wasn't there. But it looks like the team is breaking apart. They don't really have an identity. They have players who are really, really good, but nothing too crazy what we haven't faced. Their best player being a forward is also not anything to be scary about because we've guarded great forwards in the past. The only thing I'm really worried about is still they have a guard named Dent who's in top 10 in assists right now. He averages 6.9. He does a great job leading their offense regardless of all the issues right now within the team, and he does a great job of just establishing himself as a leader. And I feel like he's going to be a big problem if we don't stop him right away. And now that we have Boswell back, that's going to be really, really good. I feel like he can do a great job guarding against him. Donovan Dent, who's the guard I was talking about, even though he's a great assist leader, he needs to create his own points. And I feel like Boswell does a great job negating that. And that forward I was talking about, I apologize, Tyler Bill Billadu. He's really, really good. He's really, really good. He's a senior. He averages 18.1 points and 5.6 rebounds. So he's the leading rebounder and the leading scorer. But we've done great jobs against teams like Northwestern, Nebraska, and even Purdue, where they emphasize scoring through the forwards. So I feel like we can do a great job stopping him, and we just need to really worry about the point guard. But with the defensive performance we just had with USC, I'm not really that much worried about it because Kylan Boswell fully came out with his 2 steals, and Wagler did a great job with his 2 steals as well. So I feel like we can definitely establish a good defensive front. And if Coach Brad Underwood does the same type of style of switching up the defense every time a team comes down and have their sets, is going to be a great job for us because people aren't going to know what to do with that. They're going to panic. If we keep switching from zone to man, they're not going to know what to play against us, and they're going to be in the wrong offenses every single time. So I feel like if Coach Brad Underwood does that, I feel like we're going to be as good as rain. And I hope you guys are just as excited as I am because I feel like all the cards are falling down towards us. I feel like everything is hitting the jackpot right now. I feel like everything is just good as rain, and right now we're just in a good place. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope you guys look into how great these coaches are because I feel like they're going to be amazing. And I hope you guys are still excited for this basketball season because there's going to be more and more and more good stuff here to come. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I'll